In 2003, the founder of Keep a Child Alive, Lee Blake, and I decided that we could not sit by any longer while the poor in Africa who were desperate for AIDS treatment could not access it or afford it. You know, even though it seemed impossible, we knew that as women, as human beings, there was something that could be done, and that's the reason why Keep a Child Alive was born. Keep a Child Alive does exactly that. It provides the medicine known as ARVs to children and families to keep them alive. It's crazy because here in the West, you know, we're able to access this medicine, and it's turned AIDS into a treatable disease that you could live with. But millions of Africans die unnecessarily. For what? Because they can't afford it, because they can't access it and the surrounding care. That's crazy. So that's what we do. We provide the medicine, and we also help to care for some of the countless orphans that AIDS has created. AIDS has also created an economic and spiritual devastation in Africa, but it doesn't have to be like that if we could all just share our wealth. I know that everybody can't go to Africa, so I'm gonna bring Africa to you. I hope this film really shows you how incredibly inspirational the people of Africa are and how they're doing all they can to cope with this human disaster, but they need our help. Come with me on my pilgrimage. In April last year, we decided to go to 3 countries in Africa to see our work and to meet our people. If only everyone could come to Africa, I mean, I know it would change them all, helping us all to realize our blessings and see such amazing beauty and realize how little it takes to do so much good for people in need. It's crazy when you think about it, how you can change the lives of people forever for the price of a pair of shoes. Is so blue, everything is so like a picture, like God's painting. That's what it is here. It's like God's painting. There are many myths surrounding the HIV virus. It's now known to have originated in West Africa in the 50s from the SIV virus in monkeys. This virus jumped a species to humans, becoming the HIV virus, probably through the eating and preparing of monkey meat. The weakening of the immune system, which is how HIV kills, is called AIDS. The disease came to our attention in the late 80s in Uganda, where it became known as SLIM. In the US, we became aware of it 26 years ago. HIV is very hard to pinpoint, and it travels mercilessly through cultures and people. There is still no cure on the horizon. This amazingly beautiful continent is being ravaged by AIDS, causing spiritual and economic devastation, and has ended up even here among the Maasai of Kenya. This ancient tribe, who have kept themselves relatively separate from the rest of the population, are finding HIV more and more among them, though there's still a lot of denial. What we do know is no matter who you are or where you live, HIV is a threat to you. Safe sex practices are almost impossible to teach out here, where there's very little access to communication. But imagine how devastating it would be to lose such a pure African culture. Today is really exciting. We're on our way to Soweto right now, to the Chris Hani Hospital, which is, if I understand correctly, one of the largest hospitals in the world. It's special for me, though, because this was one of the first places when I came here to South Africa that I saw with my own 2 eyes, and it really changed my whole perspective. I was just beginning to learn the spectrum of the AIDS pandemic.
Unfortunately, we've got a shortage of antiretrovirals for mothers.
Please, because we're only getting the medication for the babies. We mothers.
And I remember this one particular woman came up to me and she looked at me as if I had all the answers.
We have to try, you know, we have to see what's gonna work, and you know, we all are in learning stages, and each place is in different learning stages.
I felt overwhelmed. I said, well, what do you need? And she said, medicine. We can't get the medicine. And that moment right there was what really opened my eyes. The way that they looked at me, the way that their eyes implored me to do something, as if I could change the whole situation. And at that moment, I didn't know if I could, you know. Didn't quite think that I could. But I knew that I had to do something. This day, for me to come back today, and come back to the same hospital that really propelled me to get involved and made me want to use my voice, say something, be their voice. This is one of the second sites we helped to fund and that we still fund.